I'm driving through my woods right now in this rickety old pickup truck that the sanctuary has. Gonna pick up some stones for Luna and Jaeger's habitat, and also some stones for Naya and Flurry's cave house that I'm building. Just trying to find a path through all these trees so I can get to the stones that I'm after. I think I took a wrong turn. Look how dirty this windshield is. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, that's a bummer. I found some stones here, but the truck is overheating. That's what happens when you got old pieces of crap. And it's just bubbling. Oh well. I guess while I'm out here picking up stones, I can tell you a story, because I got a million of them. And the story that I'm going to tell you is about picking up stones. Now, I'm sorry if you wanted it to be about wolves, but it's way more than that. It's not about wolves per se. So let's see. Let me begin my story by so years ago, when I first moved out here to Candy Kitchen, before I even worked with the wolves, I came out here because I wanted to essentially parole myself from the big city of Los Angeles area. And I came out to Candy Kitchen with the intention of just living on the land and being in the woods, being a woodland creature. And I certainly am. And to be a woodland creature, us woodland creatures, we have to gather things in the woods to build our homes. And it's almost a never-ending process. Just go out in the woods and take a look. The squirrels, the chipmunks, the badgers, the everybody, the ants, the mice, everybody's looking to build themselves a place to live that's safe and secure. And that's exactly what I was doing. And I didn't have any money at all at the time. Literally, I'm not kidding you. I was eating meat that the local reservation store was preparing to throw away. And so I would take it and burn it on a fire and eat it. So I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to build something? Well, all around me are building materials. There's rocks everywhere. There's trees, so it means there's wood, and there's earth. And if you didn't know, over 60% of our planet's structures are made from rock and earth. And we don't see that in modern America, but definitely we see it everywhere else. So I'm out in the woods, and I'm just I've got a wheelbarrow with me, and I'm just picking up stones. I'm just picking up stones and I'm tossing them in the wheelbarrow. I'm just grabbing them as I go, and I'm tossing them in the wheelbarrow like so, just tossing them. And every once in a while, I'd pick up a stone, and then underneath it would be maybe a bunch of ants or something. And then I'd pick up another one, and there might be another batch of ants or some sort of bug. And as I'm just randomly picking up stones and tossing them into the wheelbarrow, there was this one moment where I picked up the stone, and literally as it will, let me see if I can paint this picture. So I pick up this stone, and as I reach down and I grab the stone and I pull it out of the ground, right there in the hole where I pulled out the stone is a centipede. And the centipede, it's hard to explain this because it happened so simultaneously. So bear with me here. I lift the stone. I see the centipede as as I toss the stone, and it's just leaving my hands, heading to the wheelbarrow, I hear in my head these exact words. Mr. Centipede was sitting in his house one day when a man came up and took it away. There was nothing he could do, there was nothing he could say, because the man wouldn't listen anyway. And I'm like, whoa! Whoa! I'm so sorry! I'll put that rock back! And then I hear in my head, hey, don't worry about it, you've already destroyed my home. Holy crap. I need to be far more conscientious about what I'm doing. I'm trying to build myself a home at the same time. I'm taking these woodland creatures' homes from them. That's totally not cool, Leighton. Not a cool thing for Mr. Wolf Daddy to be doing. Of course, this is pre-Wolf Daddy days. So I got to thinking, when I reached for that stone that had that centipede underneath it, somewhere within my psyche, somewhere within what I call my mind field, there must have been some sort of I don't know, there must have been some sort of vibe, some sort of feeling, some sort of something that would have told me that indeed there was a centipede living underneath that stone. So I stopped what I was doing and I began to walk around and I began to talk to nature and saying, okay, all right, help me out here. And what came to me is, Leighton, pay attention, feel it. This was like going to Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi shit, right? It's like, feel the rock. Feel, is there anyone living under the rock? Feel it. So I began to experiment. And of course, in my experimentation, I'm destroying people's homes. But I'm going around and I'm picking up stone after stone. So I'm walking up the stone and I'm thinking, is there a feeling? Is there a vibe? Is there a feeling? Is there a vibe? I don't feel anything. And I lift the stone and there's a pile of ants. And I'm like, crap. I put the stone back as best I can. How am I ever going to put it back the way it was? I just destroyed someone's home. And I went for the next stone. I'm like, okay, do I feel anything? Oh, I don't feel anything. I'm going to lift the stone and I'm right. There's nothing under there. Okay, what did that feel like? Let me go to the next stone. And I'd go to the next stone and I'd grab it and I'd pull it out and say, what does it feel like? What does it feel like? It feels like there's nothing there. And over time, and I grabbed the rock, I felt something. I'm like, what the heck what is that? I had never felt that vibe before. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is it? It's such a huge vibe. What could it be? My curiosity got the best of me because I really wanted to know what was the vibe that I was getting from underneath this stone. And I pulled the stone out, and lo and behold, I don't know how it got there, but there was a mouse underneath that stone. I didn't see a passageway in. I didn't see a passageway out. I just know I lifted up a stone and the mouse is looking at me like going, please don't kill me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I say to the mouse, Mr. Mouse, look, I cannot put this stone back. And if my dogs see you, you're a dead mouse. So here's the deal. I'm going to put this stone back, but I can't put it back with you in there because I'll crush you because I have no clue how you got there. So what I need you to do is I need you to run over to this bush. I'll put your rock back, and then you can go back under your rock however the heck you got there. But don't let my dogs see you. So I put the rock back, I called my dogs, and we went to another place for a while to pick up some stones. And hopefully Mr. Mouse found his way back to his house however he got underneath that rock. So, is there a moral to this story? Kind of, maybe. Really, it's about paying attention to our Mother, the Earth, and that she gives us the signals that we need. And if we pay attention, if we really dive deep into who we are as a person and listen, like truly listen to, what's around us, the trees, the stones, the earth, the sky, the birds, the animals, the plants, if we really quiet ourselves inside, we can do that. We can be like, Obi-Wan Kenobi. We can be like that Jedi Knight, and we can feel, we can vibe what's around us. And I think if we can take that a little step further in the idea of personal sensitivity, I think that we've all had this experience where maybe we've walked into a business, or we're walking down a particular street and we get a vibe. It's like, I'm not going to walk into this business. I think I'm going to actually cross the street. And I want to encourage you to pay attention to those vibes. If nature is saying if your little spidey senses are going off and you feel uncomfortable, listen to that feeling. And then also take a walk out in the woods and test yourself. See if you can feel the life that's around you. See if you can just experience the breath of our mother, this earth here, and listen to the whispers that she has. And so while you're thinking about that, I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of these stones. Aren't they beautiful, this moss all over them? And we're not using them for decoration, unfortunately, except I am for Naya's house. But I'm going to get out here, I'm going to start vibing, I'm going to pick up some stones while this truck cools off, and then hopefully it won't overheat on my way home because they'll have a load of stones. So I hope you enjoyed this little story from Wolf Daddy, and it has some sort of takeaway for you. And be sure to share everything, share all my stories, tell your friends, tell your family. And if you want to hear something specific, hey, holler at me. I want to hear from you, and I want to know what you would like to hear. And believe me, every animal I've rescued, and there's been hundreds, has a story. And then there's always a story after that. And there's always stories in between. And of course, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hey, and check the link down below. And check out Patreon if you haven't heard about Patreon. Become a Patreon. And the link is down below in my description. Check it out and see how you can be a Patreon and help out other people like Wolf Daddy, as well as get some fabulous fun insight and information from incredible YouTube creators like Wolf Daddy. Anyway, you have a great day. I'm going to get to work. Hey boys. Hey, thanks for joining me. Why don't you come pick up some rocks, guys?